What's up, Met fans? Welcome back. Talking Mets at Rob. Mets versus Cubs series preview. Thank you for tuning in to the Mets versus Cubs season preview live stream. Talking Mets at Rob. How's everybody doing? Don't forget, guys, hit on that like button so we can get that stream out to more people. If you're new to the channel, thank you for tuning in to Talking Mets at Rob. How's everybody doing? Hit on that subscribe button, everybody. What's up? How you doing? Let me know what's going on in the chat. What do you think of this series? What do you think the Mets are going to do in this series? Who do you think is going to have the big-time bats in this lineup? MB, what's up, buddy? How you doing? We're going to talk about the series. We're going to talk about today's game. We're going to check out the lineup. Mets are 7-4, first place. We got to keep it going. The Cubs are not playing well right now. So we're going to get right into it. And let me wait for a few more people to show up. Say what's up in the comments. Cole, what's up? MB, what's up? How you doing, buddy? Man, MB, I take that 3 wins in a heartbeat. We'll sweep the Cubs. You know what? The Cubs are not playing very well right now. You know, they're not scoring a lot of runs except for that one game they scored a lot of runs in Atlanta. But other than that, they don't look that good. And I think they're very beatable right now. The Mets got to take full advantage of that. MB, only 3 games. It's a 3-game series. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then we come back home to face the Nats. Three games as of right now. That is your pitching matchup for today. Taijuan Walker versus Jake Arrieta. The Mets have beaten up on Jake Arrieta over the years. Obviously, the playoffs. Obviously, many other games that they faced during the season. But they definitely hit Jake Arrieta most of the time. So hopefully we can do it again. Yeah, MB. Let me pull that up really quick. Give me a second, all right? Give me 1 second, guys. Pull it up for you really quick. Just give me a second. Let me just find it in the stream. Let me just find the game really quick so I can set up the full. There we go. Hold on 1 second. All right. So we're going to check out the stats right now, guys. Let me just pull up the Cubs really quick. Just give me a second. Let me just work on it really quick. All right. There we go. Just give me 1 second. All right, guys. There we go. Alrighty. So that's what it looks like right now with the lineup. And that is the stats right now for the Cubs. So we can look at it right now with Chris Bryant when you start off looking at it right now. He played in 14 games so far, 49 at-bats, 11 runs, 13 hits, 4 doubles, 5 home runs. Chris Bryant's been actually pretty good. 265 average. OPS of over 1. Slugging percentage over 600. On base over 400, average 273. It's not 265. It's not so bad. Slugging percent is 653 for Chris Bryant. They got a very good lineup, but they haven't been scoring runs. You can even see, look, with a Javier Baez batting 214, average is not good. 56 at bats, 4 home runs. They've hit a lot of home runs. That's for sure. Anthony Rizzo, 250 in 15 games. You know, Javier Baez, look how many times he struck out. Nearly half his at bats right over here. 27 strikeouts. Like I said, the Mets got to take full advantage of this. No doubt about it. That's the main thing right here. Definitely have to take advantage of them not hitting right now. You know, Ian Happ is the only one that's been really playing well. I got him in my fantasy, so I check his stats often. But they have hit a lot of home runs. So check out the rest of the roster really quick. So if you see what Jake Arrieta did right now. So check his pitch. Let me check the pitchers right now. Just give me a second. Here we go. Alrighty. Let me just make sure the pictures popped. All right, here we go. Perfect. So if you look at Jake Arrieta right now, so with Jake Arrieta right now, let's see, he hasn't been great, but let me just pull up the pitching. All right, so Jake Arrieta right now is 2-1, 3.818 ERA, 17 innings pitched. Hasn't given up a lot of home runs, which is, you know, not a lot of walks either in 17 innings. Gave up 17 hits, so a hit an inning. 6 earned runs. You know, he's pitched well. But again, the Mets had a lot of success up against Jake Arrieta in the past, so we just got to get him early because when he starts getting in the groove, we have issues. That's for sure. So as you guys know, Taijuan Walker versus Jake Arrieta. I am going to give you the lineup right now. So I'm going to unshare this right now. So, all right, how's everybody doing? If you're new to the channel, hit on that subscribe button. Say what's up in the chat. Let me know what's going on, guys. Hayden, what's up? MB, the score, I'm thinking, I think the Mets will score at least probably about 4 runs. Not a lot. I know it's not a lot, but I do think they're going to score a lot of runs. About 4 or 5 runs, I would say. I think Taijuan Walker can hold them to, like, let's see, 5, maybe 3 runs. Not much more than that. I think Taijuan Walker can pitch about 6, 7 innings, I think it brings us to the stronger part of our bullpen of late. You know, May has looked better. Castro's looked good. Diaz has been awesome. I really do think that it's a really, really good thing right now that our bullpen's been pitching well, and it's the big reason why we've been winning as well. You know, holding leads is a big key to this team. Darren, how you doing? I hope so, Darren. Throw up your comment right there. Just give me a second, guys. Let me just fix this a little bit. There we go. I like that better. All righty, here we go. Absolutely. I completely agree with Darren. Absolutely. The Mets got to be awesome. I think they're going to be good. Look, their rotation's been the best part of this team so far. You got the offense looking like it's coming together a little bit. Conforto's starting to hit. Lindor got that big hit in Colorado in Game 1. I think, Conforto got moved up a little bit in the lineup, so Rojas has a little bit more confidence in Conforto. So that's a big thing as well. Like I said, success against Jake Arrieta, so that's a big deal. But we can't let him get into a groove, because when he starts getting into the groove, that's when he starts pitching better, and that's when the Mets have issues with pitches like that. So that's the biggest key right now. Mets got to get on Jake Arrieta early, because he usually has problems early in games, and that's the biggest issue that we have right now. So I'm going to give you the lineup right now, guys. Just give me a second. If you're new to the channel, guys, hit on that subscribe button. Hit on that like button. Let's get the stream out to more people, everybody. So here we go, guys. I got the lineup card right here. So batting first, Brandon Nimmo playing center field. Batting second, Francisco Lindor playing shortstop. Batting third, Dominic Smith in left field. Pete Alonso cleaning up, playing first base. Michael Conforto playing right field, batting fifth. Jeff McNeil batting sixth, playing second. J.D. Davis batting seventh, playing third. James McCann catching, batting eighth. And on the mound, Taijuan Walker, pitcher, batting ninth. So what I like about this lineup, and the reason why I think the Mets are playing better and showing signs of being a better and better offensive team, is one reason: the consistency of the lineup. There is no secret about it. Rojas has a consistent lineup for the past 5 games, and the Mets are 4-1. That's a big deal. And a lot of people don't take that as something that's very important. But when hitters know where they're going to play and are going to be in the lineup, it's a lot easier for this team to be better. And you could say, all right, that might be a cliche. They're professionals. But when you have a consistent lineup and they're doing well, you keep it the same. Every now and then you might have to give a guy a day off and everything like that. Back to back, 3 games in a row, you want to give somebody a rest like James McCann, or maybe you want to give, let's see, like J.D. Davis coming off that wrist injury, a day off. So the lineup would be a little different, but at least you know that this lineup is consistent, and the consistency of this lineup, and you see it with a lot of teams. You see it with the Rays, even the Yankees the last couple of years. The Yankees had consistent lineups. The Dodgers have consistent lineups. That's a sign of a good team. And the Mets are a good team. But the first 3 or 4 games of the season, Rojas continued to switch the lineup over and over and over again. And there was no reason for it. You had Dominic Smith way too far down in the lineup. Jeff McNeil was in no man's land, and Jeff McNeil is still in no man's land, but at least he's 6th. Before he was in the first couple of games, he was batting 7th. And that's crazy, in just my opinion. Let me just check the comments really quick, guys. That's the biggest thing right now. If you keep a consistent lineup, I can guarantee you that this team's gonna score runs and be better. And we've seen it. The proof is in the record. We're 7-4. In the last 5 games, we're 4-1. The last 5 games, we had consistent lineups. There is nothing more important than a consistent lineup. Not only has our rotation been excellent, if I'm not mistaken, I think the team ERA is like 2.59 for a rotation. That's excellent. And then put the bullpen into it that's been pitching well over the last 5 to 6 games. There's a reason for that. Consistency. Put in a bullpen guys in the right moment. Put in May in the right moment. Put in Castro in the right moment. Even Aaron Loop in the right moment. Put in Diaz in open innings. Clean innings, starting the inning. It's a big deal. Diaz has looked great. Coming in pressure situation with 1-run leads both times in a Rocky series, game 1 and game 3. It's a big freaking deal. if this bullpen can perform, this rotation can be continued a bit. I mean, I can't believe what Stroman's been doing. I mean, I thought he was going to be okay, but he's in another level. And that's absolutely amazing to me. I take it. I tell you that right now. I freaking take it. But wow, I do have to say, guys, excellent what Stroman's been doing. Having that 1-2 punch to DeGrom and Stroman, no team can mess with that right now. And with this Cubs series, you got Walker, Peterson, DeGrom. There's no reason why we can't take 2 out of 3. We all want to be greedy and we all want to take 3 games, but we got to be realistic. 2 out of 3 gets us to 9-5. Why we'll take that? That guarantees us still be in first place. You know what? Let's get ahead in this division. Let's be in first place for the majority of the year. Or you know what? Let teams start chasing us. I'm so sick of the Mets having slow starts and we have to chase teams, the Braves or the Phillies. Let's be the one people are chasing for once. And right now, teams are chasing us. We're playing the best in the division right now. The Braves haven't looked good. The Braves have to face the Yankees. You know what? It's a hard thing for the Mets fans to deal with because we hate the Yankees and we hate the Braves. But obviously, you want the Yankees to win because the Braves are in our division. And you want the Yankees to win games against the Braves. There's no doubt about that. So the Phillies, I don't think are that good. They started off strong, but they came back to reality really quick. The Marlins are the Marlins, and the Nationals aren't as good anymore either with their old rotation. Their lineup is a hit or miss, a lot of power bats that strike out a lot. This Mets team this is the opportunity of a lifetime for this Mets team to take advantage of an NL East that everybody thought was going to be one of the best divisions in baseball, but they haven't been so far. The Mets have been good. They haven't been great. The Braves hasn't been good. They've been mediocre. The Phillies started off strong. Now they came back to reality and are about a 500 team. The Nationals are a little bit under 500. The Marlins are under 500. Take advantage of the NL East not being so good right now. Win 4, 5, 6 games in a row. Get ahead in this division. 3 or 4 games. So people are chasing us. That's the big deal with this team. Many years we had to chase teams. The Braves, the Phillies. Let teams chase us. It's about time teams chase us. We're good enough to have teams chase us in this division. We got the Cubs. We got the Nationals coming up at home. Let's take advantage of teams that are not playing well. The Cubs are having a hard time scoring runs. The Nationals aren't playing well. Their rotation is in shambles. Their rotation is older. Their lineup is hit or miss. Their lineup is a strikeout lineup that hits home runs. That's all the Nationals are. The Cubs, they're hitting a lot of home runs, but they're not hitting for average. We got to take advantage of them not scoring runs. Besides that game that they scored a lot of runs against the Cubs, against the Braves, that's it. There's nothing else the Cubs have done. They pitched okay, but let's be honest, their rotation is not that good. They lost Yu Darvish. We're facing Jake Arrieta tonight, which the Mets have success with. We just have to get to Jake Arrieta early because when he starts getting into the game and starting to get into the groove, that's when we have a hard time hitting him. And that's when he pitches better. We got to get to him early. First couple of innings, we got to step on his throat and put runs on the board and let the Cubs chase us in this game. What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. Mets versus Cubs series preview. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, hit on that subscribe button. If you haven't already, hit on that like button. Let's get this stream out to more people. I will be with you until 7 o'clock tonight. So say what's up in the comments. Say what's up in the chat. Let me check out the chat. I haven't checked out the chat. Nelson, what's up, buddy? The second game, the Mets are pitching Peterson is pitching the second game for the Mets. Thank you, Nelson. I just got the shirt from the 7 Line 2 days ago. It's one of my favorite. When I saw this shirt, and I don't know if you guys can see it, But let me just give you a little bit more of a better. It's got Piazza Drive right there. And, that's give you a little credit to the Mets when they made Port St. Lucie, that street that goes into the spring training facility is called Piazza Drive. So it's really good. This is a great shirt by the 7 Line. It's an awesome shirt. Very awesome. The great artwork. It's excellent. Excellent shirt. Ryan, Jonathan, Nelson, what's up, buddy? Oh, you brown bagged it today. Oh, man. That's what I'm talking about. Jonathan, what's up? Cubs are not good. Absolutely. I know. They're not. They're not that good at all. Not that good at all. You know what? If you look at their lineup, I mean, I'm going to read you the Cubs lineup right now. Just give me a second. I got the scorecard right here. If you read this, if you look at this lineup, if you hear it, just visualizing it and hearing it, you're going to be like, wow. The Cubs lineup seems really good. But they haven't been hitting for average. They've been striking out a lot, but they hit a lot of home runs. So here's the Cubs lineup. Ian Happ, Wilson Contreras, Anthony Rizzo, Chris Bryant, Jock Peterson, Javier Baez, Jason Hayward, David Bodie, and Jake Arrieta. Javier Baez is batting 6th in this lineup. So this lineup is pretty deep, but they haven't pitched well, and they haven't hit. I mean, most of them are batting 250 or less in this lineup, and they've hit home runs. Like, this lineup looks scary on paper, but they haven't been performing to what they should have been. And the Mets got to take full advantage of that. There's no doubt about that. MB, Peterson didn't face the Cubs last year. Peterson, no, he hasn't pitched well last year because the Mets only faced the Eastern teams last year because of COVID. They faced the American League East and the National League East. They didn't face the Central last year. The Cubs lineup have potential Mets in it. Yeah, I think I knew who you're talking about, Nelson. A guy named Chris Bryant, right? I don't know if you guys heard of him, but he's a pretty good third baseman. And you know what? He's been one of the best players in this lineup on this Cubs team. Chris Bryant's been good for this team this year. You know what? Like I said, if J.D. Davis doesn't perform, why wouldn't the Mets go after Chris Bryant? Why not? Even as a rental. Why not? You know, you get him at the trade deadline. You're not going to have to give up as much as you would have in the offseason. So why wouldn't you want to try it if J.D. Davis is not good? You know, you'll probably have to give up J.D. Davis and maybe a top 10 prospect. But other than that, I would do that, especially for Chris Bryant, especially if he's been playing the way he's been playing this year. He's been playing good defensively. He looks healthy, and he's been playing well offensively as well. So it wouldn't be a shock to me if the Mets go after Chris Bryant and J.D. Davis doesn't perform. And as you guys know, in the offseason, we talked about it, and I talked about it a lot in the offseason. Sandy Alderson spoke to the Cubs twice during the offseason, earlier in the offseason and late in the offseason, about Chris Bryant. What that does with negotiations and talking about a trade, it sets up a foundation for a trade deadline move. They already talked about players in the offseason. So there's no doubt the Mets and the Cubs have ideas of players that will be involved in a trade with Chris Bryant to the Mets. So if it actually comes back to fruition and comes up again during the trade deadline or around that time, late in July, there might not have to be a lot of negotiating for Chris Bryant because the players are known. Maybe there'll be one player that might get taken out of a deal to put in. But just think, we were all talking about Kyle Kendricks and Chris Bryant coming over. But that was before the Lindor trade happened with Cookie Carrasco, and we didn't know about when Syndergaard was coming back. So Kyle Hendricks probably won't be in the deal this time. Now it's only Chris Bryant. So that's a big deal. That's less of a prospect pool the Cubs will have to look at. And obviously, J.D. Davis will be in the deal, and you'll put a top 10 prospect possibly in that deal for Chris Bryant. But right now, we're not really worried about that because I think J.D. Davis will be good. But it is a possibility. And also a good call by Nelson with his comment about a possible Chris Bryant, possible Met during the trade deadline. But it all depends on J.D. Davis and where the Mets are in the division. Hey, Jonathan, you know what? I don't know. Maybe Fernando's mad at me. I don't know. But you know what? He didn't come to the last stream when I was brown bagging it, and he hasn't been here again. I don't know. Maybe he don't like me no more. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. He commented on my last video, so I don't know. Hey, everybody has their own thing, right? Can't complain about that. Fernando wants to come, he can come. I'm here. So, as you guys know, Taijuan Walker versus Jake Arrieta tonight. I'll be with you guys for another 15 minutes until 7 o'clock. If you're new to the channel, what's up? Thank you for tuning in. Talking Mets and Rob. Hit on that subscribe button so you get notifications when I post my videos and when I go live. And also check out my latest videos about the last series. This is what I'll be doing throughout the season. Series previews, series recaps. Every now and then I will do videos based on important things that are going on in Mets land, Mets news. I will be doing a video about Sandy Alderson and the latest scandal with David Newman. So check that out later in the week. I want to do a video on that and why I think Sandy Alderson should not be in this Mets organization anymore. And the big reason why is because he has been the face that's been known and been a part of this franchise during these scandals. When it was the Wilpons and now it's Steve Cohen. When he rehired David Newman, when he knew about the issues that went on during the Wilpon era, when David Newman was a part of the organization, and the way he treated women and the way he treated his employees in the workplace. So check out that video later in the week about Sandy Alderson and the latest Mets scandal. I don't think the game is postponed. I haven't seen that. It shouldn't be because the weather is supposed to be better. But let me double check. I got the weather pulling up right here. Hold on. No, MB. The weather's fine. It's just really freaking cold. It's 37 degrees in Chicago. And there's no rain or snow in the forecast. Tomorrow, there's about a 40% chance of rain. So right now, the game is on, MB. So don't worry about it. The game is not postponed. Everybody saw his comment, MB. The game is not postponed. I just checked the weather. There is no snow or rain in the forecast. It's just going to be freaking cold. You know what, Nelson? I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. It's a good comment. I see two potential free agents next year willing to play third. I have nothing against J.D. Davis. And who do you look at as the next, the other third baseman besides Chris Bryant? Put that in the comment, Nelson. MB, I know. I'm excited too. We got about an hour until game time. But you know what? I don't know if the Mets, I'm guessing if the Mets actually do trade for Chris Bryant during the trade deadline, if J.D. Davis is not doing well defensively or not performing offensively like he's supposed to, and we do trade for Chris Bryant, I do think Steve Cohen is going to spend more money next offseason. And the only reason why I say that, I think he wanted to keep the payroll a little lower and not go crazy is because I think he told the owners that he's not going to go crazy spending in his first year as Mets ownership. So if the Mets do trade for Chris Bryant, I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow sign Chris Bryant. It's a possibility. But I wouldn't be surprised. But it all depends on how J.D. Davis is doing. And if he's hurting us defensively and offensively and not hitting as well, then the Mets do have to make a move. You know, we have Villar and Luis Guillaume. So don't forget, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, what's up? My name is Robert, Talking Mets with Rob. Thank you guys for tuning in. Check out my other videos that I posted in the last week or two. Is series recaps, series previews. I went live during the first couple of games in Philly. I went live when I was at Citi Field. Check those live streams out. They were really fun, really cool. You got the ambience of the crowd and of Let's Go Mets chants, Phillies chants, all that fun stuff. So check out my latest videos. Hit on that like button, guys. Let's get the stream out to more people. I will be with you for the next couple more minutes until 7 o'clock so we can get ready for Mets versus Cubs at Wrigley Field at a cold, cold, cold Wrigley Field. 37 degrees at game time. Absolutely, MB. Absolutely. Jonathan VR has been very good. You know, got that tie-in run that came in Colorado in game 1. Absolutely great. And he's been very good off the bench. You know what? It was a solid signing for sure. You know, that's two things that Sandy Olson can do. And we've talked about it many times during the offseason. Sandy Olson is great at making trades and very good at putting a bench together. Other than that, he's not good. He's bad in free agency, reading the market for the big-time free agent guys. Obviously, we lost out on we didn't get any of the 3 big free agents. Obviously, this might not hurt us because McCann has been very good behind the plate. Obviously, won the ball game, you know, the series finale in Colorado by throwing a cannon to second base to get out Trevor Story to win the game. He's very good defensively. He's looking better offensively. I wasn't very happy with the James McCann signing, but there's no denying that he's been very good with this rotation. Very good behind the plate. Throwing out runners, which the Mets have not had a catcher who can throw out runners consistently. There hasn't been a lot of stolen bases, but let's be honest. This Mets rotation always had a hard time holding on runners. And to have a guy behind the plate who we know that can throw out runners is a big deal. You know, there's a lot of times that guys are easily stealing second on our pitchers. And now you have a runner in scoring position. And now we have batters, teams that have the potential of scoring runs based on getting guys in scoring position. Now teams are going to have to think about stealing bases on us. And that's another big deal. And that's another nod that you can give to James McCann for him being very good defensively. Absolutely. And Villar has just been great as well, guys. Yeah, you know what's funny? And that's funny, MB. New York City is beautiful right now. It's 70 degrees today. It's gorgeous outside. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's amazing. You know? The Mets don't play in New York. We get beautiful weather. The Mets come back to New York. It's raining. Jonathan, let me check. Give me 1 second. We should also take advantage now since Marte is hurt for the fish. Absolutely. Jonathan, let me pull up this other comment about Albert Amora. When does Albert Amora get a start? I don't know. You know, you know what it is? It's hard to take Smith out of the lineup because he's been doing well. He's been actually pretty good defensively. Nemo's been very good defensively lately, and he's just been one of the best bats in the lineup. So it's very hard to take these guys out of the lineup and put Amora in. You know what? Albert Amora is good off the bench. You know, he'll get his occasional starts. There's no doubt about that. But you know what? You can't really ruffle the apple tree right now when we're playing well. Everybody in the outfield has been playing well. Conforto's starting to hit. Nemo's been a hitting machine. Smith's been very good. The defense has been playing well on the outfield. So it's very hard to get Amora a start when the team's playing well. The outfielders are playing well. They're hitting. So it's hard to say that you can just throw Albert Amora in there when the guys are playing well. But he'll get the starts. You know what? Well, maybe it really depends, but I really think he'll get in eventually. But if the Mets are winning, you know, he's probably not going to get a start, to be honest. Yeah, Hayden, that's so true. Let me pull up there you go. So Hayden makes a good point. Stolen bases are becoming rare. It's absolutely obvious. And the reason why is because of analytics. And analytics seems like it tells all these teams that it's probably less than a 50% chance that the runner makes it to second base. Even though there's not a lot of catchers in the game that are very good who can throw out runners, but analytics say stolen bases are not a top priority. It's a less than 50% chance of a guy making it to second on a stolen base, and that's why teams don't do it. Because not around 10, you can even go back to 2015 when the Mets rotation had a hard time holding on runners. You saw it with the Cubs, you seen it in the Dodgers series, and you seen it in the World Series with the Royals. Teams continue to run on us over and over and over again because Darno wasn't great throwing out runners. The staff, the rotation couldn't hold on runners, and teams are continuing to steal bases on us and got men in scoring position. So it was only about 5 or 6 years ago that stolen bases were still a big key in this league. Now it's a rarity. You don't see it as much anymore, and it's so important now that teams should do it more. And I know analytics is a big part of this game now, and it's killing this game with shifts, with stolen bases. There's no action. There's less hits because of the shift. There's no stolen bases, so there's no in-game hype for the most part for people who are not diehard fans like us. So stolen bases was a really fun thing. You know, when a guy's going, you hear the fans get up a little bit, oh, and then when he's out of safe, have a reaction like, oh, he's safe. And yeah, we got him. That's what used to be fun about this. And now it's just not. And it sucks. It really does suck, you know. But it is what it is. Well, I don't think the Mets are going to go after Baez or Correa for third base. I think these guys want to play shortstop, and they're going to get paid like shortstops. You know, Baez didn't take the Cubs offer to get extended for $180 million. The same thing with Correa with Houston. They offered him $160. They both declined that offer. So they're looking at the Tatis contract and the Lindor contract. So those guys are going to be looking at shortstop type of money. And they're both probably going to get over $200 million. You know what? That's true, Hayden. No doubt with pickoffs. But again, when it comes to teams not really risking stolen bases anymore and not making it a priority because of analytics, there's really not much of a need for our pitchers to worry about pickoffs as much. Now, you want to keep the runners close because a ball in the gap could score them from first. But other than that, pickoffs haven't been a real big thing anymore because of the stolen bases. That is a rarity, like you said. So it's not that big of a deal. Like, you want to get the guy, keep the guys close to first, no doubt about it, so they don't score on a double in the gap. But it hasn't been that much of an issue anymore. But it's still something that every pitcher should at least have a decent pickoff. But when stolen bases are a dime a dozen now, you don't really have to worry about it much anymore. Jonathan, me and you agree on that, buddy. You know, it's funny. Catchers didn't get hurt as much with collisions over many, many years. You know, you've seen, obviously, they changed the rule because of the Buster Posey breaking his leg when the guy ran him over. What was it, about 8 years ago? 6, 7 years ago? And that's when they changed the rule. Those are fun. Now the guy, the catcher has to stay away from the plate. They can't block the plate until they have the ball in their hand. It's just a stupid rule. I know it's a safety issue, but let's be honest. How many times does a catcher get hurt? You know what? This league used to have balls, and they're afraid of everything. And it sucks, but I get it. It's for safety issues. But those are fun. Guy coming around third, close play at the plate. You're going to see an impact. Maybe the ball got moved from the collision, but you know, you see it a lot. How many runs probably scored because of close plays because the catcher couldn't block the plate until he had the ball. And that sucks. And you know, it's not baseball. It's really not. You know, the shifts killed the game. Not having collisions at the plate. You can't slide anywhere. You can't hit the guy at second base or slide into the guy. You have to slide right at the bag. You know, how many times did you see a guy used to be close to the bag with his hand and then try to, you know, knock the second baseman or the shortstop over trying to break up a double play? You don't see that anymore. It sucks. It really does suck. But that's the world we live in now with this, unfortunately. But that's all we can do about that. All right, guys. So I'm going to be leaving just now. Let me just go over the starting pitchers for tonight is obviously Taijuan Walker versus Jake Arrieta, 7:40 start. I'm going to go over the lineup right one more time before I go. And here is the Mets lineup for the New York Mets against Jake Arrieta. Batting first, playing center field, Brandon Nimmo. Batting second, playing shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Batting third, playing left field, Dominic Smith. Batting fourth, cleaning up, playing first base, Pete Alonso. Batting fifth, playing right field, Michael Conforto. Batting sixth, playing second base, Jeff McNeil. Batting seventh, playing third base, J.D. Davis. Batting eighth and catching, James McCann. And pitching, batting ninth, on the mound, Taijuan Walker. That is your lineup for the New York Mets for game one of the Mets versus Cubs at Wrigley Field. It's going to be cold. At game time, expected to be around 36, 37 degrees. Guys, thank you guys for tuning in. You know I love your support. Thank you guys for watching. Let's go Mets. Hopefully the Mets get ahead in this series, get the first game. Let's get a good performance by Taijuan Walker. Let's score some damn runs against Jake Arrieta. Guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, guys, before you leave, hit on that like button. Leave a comment in the video, in the replay underneath. Let me know what you think of the series. For people who are not watching the live stream live and replaying it, thank you guys for tuning in. Hit on that subscribe button, everybody. Let me know what you think of the series. Let me know what you think of the live stream. Check out my other videos that I posted in the last couple of weeks. I want to thank you guys for watching. And as always, let's go Mets. Let's beat those Cubbies, babies. See you guys later, guys. Let's go Mets. Have a good night, guys.